So today is just going to be about doing the things. What do I mean by that? Hello family, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I am Vicki and you're with Grammy in the Kitchen. Well, I woke up really early this morning. I had to go pick up my milk and my eggs. They're in the refrigerator. If you hear the rain, it had just started raining right now. It's coming down pretty hard. For what I understand, this rain we're getting caused some tornadoes in the mid-east. I believe it's on the east side of the Mississippi River, but I'm not sure. So just ignore the rain right now. So first thing this morning, I got up and I went and picked up my milk and my eggs. They're in the refrigerator. I haven't separated the cream yet. We're going to get to it. Right after that, the husband needed a haircut, so I cut his hair. We swept and cleaned the living room really well. I'm in the middle of washing clothes, but while I'm filming, I can't wash clothes because the laundry room is actually right behind you. Too much noise. But you saw we started making brown sugar. Brown sugar is super easy. We use sugar. I get an organic cane sugar I buy from Azure Standard, as well as molasses. It's the only thing you need to make brown sugar. So it's made. I need to put them into my mason jars right here. I have a few things up on the countertop that I need to fill. And I promised the husband I was going to make him a cake. I need to do that today. You will see that video on Thursday. And we have to cook dinner. That will be part of our what we ate in a week. So today is Sunday. I am off. The husband is off. Both of us are not working today. But it's usually my busiest day of the week. So come on in a little closer. Let's fill up some kitchen staples. You can make your brown sugar as dark or as light as you like. I don't worry about the dark brown sugar, the light brown sugar. I just go with it. So I put some sugar, a little bit of molasses, let it mix for a bit, and we have brown sugar. So now we have 2 quart-sized jars of brown sugar for the ready. I'm going to go ahead and fill up my kitchen canister with sugar. All right, so sugar is filled. So this is my kitchen canister of rice. It's a jasmine rice. And I do keep bay leaves in my bulk containers, such as my 5-gallon buckets with dry ingredients in it, only with the things I don't go through as often. Flour and sugar we go through a lot, but rice and beans, things of that nature, I don't go through it fast enough, so I always keep bay leaves in it. That helps deter any kind of pest being able to get in there and infiltrate your dry goods. I know I have a Gamma lid on here, and that is a screw top lid, and it does have a seal right here. Things can't get in there, but bay leaves is my insurance. I need to add jasmine rice to my next Azure order. That's it. Now the other rice I have in-house is a basmati rice. I don't use that as often, and that's only because it's only in my 5-gallon bucket in the pantry. The jasmine rice stays here in the island. So I figure while we're doing this, we'll go ahead and fill up a quart-sized mason jar. That way we can have some in the kitchen also. I need to get, ooh, forgot my bay leaf. I need to go get a ring for this. All right, so we've got the rice, both jasmine and basmati. We have our sugar, our brown sugar. Let's go ahead and fill up our flours. And I like having 2 canisters of flour in the kitchen, because if I'm in the middle of making bread or dessert or even just breading meat to cook on the stove, I don't want it to be this much and I need more, and then I have to stop and fill everything up. So I enjoy having 2 things of flour in my kitchen. Now I get my flour also from Azure Standard, and I am going to put a link in the description below, the last order we got from Azure Standard. And I'm going to show you how I store my items when I buy them in bulk. Flour is very valuable to me. I use flour pretty much on a daily basis with Sweet Thursday or sourdough bread, breading meats. There's just so many things I use flour for. And the last time we bought flour, we actually bought 2 50-pound bags. I want you to go check out that video, and I'll show you how I store 50 pounds of flour. Now I get to put everything back into the island. Let me go grab a ring for the basmati. I had flour all over the floor, but that's okay. We'll sweep and mop. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up my small onion powder and garlic powder. That's why I like the big one. And we need to fill up our olive oil. So I put it on a kitchen scale. I put it on pounds. I tear it out. This will hold a quart, which is 16 ounces. It doesn't have a window or anything on it, so I know how much is in there. And I can't see inside because of the crooked neck. So that's why I weigh it. So we have the olive oil right here. Perfect. For those of y'all who are new to the family, I want to say welcome. I hope you're finding value in this channel on how to feed your family real food made with real ingredients and how to store those ingredients, how to catch them on sale so you can fill up your freezer and your pantry. I hope you find value in that. That is my goal for this channel, is to show everybody, including my generation and the younger generation, on how we can feed our family real food. Stay away from prepackaged food. Stay away from foods that have ingredients that we cannot name. If we make food with real ingredients that we can name, we know what's in there, we're one step closer to living a very healthy life. I get a gallon of raw cow milk every week. It costs me $50 a month. Doesn't matter if there's only 4 weeks or 5 weeks, it's still $50 a month. And you're probably thinking, Grammy, that's $12.50 a gallon. Yes, it is $12.50 a gallon. I am supporting a local farm in my area, so she's able to feed the cows, keep them healthy, and I'm getting a really good product. There are a lot of information out there, pros and cons, about raw milk. Do your research, do your homework. Don't listen to one or the other. Compare the two. Find out the pros and cons of drinking raw milk, the pros and cons of not drinking raw milk. They're equal. They're equal. But if you know the farmer, you know the cows, you know how that farmer takes care of the cows, cleans them before she milks them, then you're one step closer to knowing the truth about raw milk than anybody else. I converted to A2 milk from the grocery store, which was also pretty expensive, because I found out an A2 milk doesn't cause inflammation. I have shared this on this channel before. I was having really bad knee pains. The joint in my knee hurt so bad. I went to the doctor and he was blaming everything. My weight. Yes, family, I know I am overweight. He blamed everything but the cause. I ended up getting 3 cortisone shots, 2 in one knee at a period of 6 months, 1 in the other knee. Did not get rid of the pain. I had an MRI to make sure there was no damage to my knees, to the joints. There was no damage. And I asked the doctor, what can I do, eat or otherwise, that can alleviate this pain except for getting cortisone shots every 3 months? He looked at me and he goes, Vicki, there is no cure for your knee pain. And I go, well, what is the knee pain? He goes, you have inflammation in your joints. There is no cure for that. So I came home, I went to the computer and I typed it in. Foods that cause inflammation in joints. Just typed it out. The number 1 culprit is conventional dairy. Milk, yogurt, cheese, butter, sour cream, all the things. I love yogurt. I'm not a big milk drinker, but I do like having milk on hand for when I do want to make something that calls for milk. I love cheese, which is also made from milk. I love everything milk provides, just not the milk itself. So I did an experiment. I stopped consuming conventional dairy. No yogurt, no cheese, no sour cream, no anything. Guess what, family? My knees did not hurt. They were fixed. There was nothing wrong with them. So as a scientist that I am not, it's like, well, the only way I can find out if it was the dairy is I need to consume dairy. See if the pain comes back. Now, this is when I was working in a restaurant. I used to be a manager of a local pizzeria restaurant. And one day when I got off work on Thursday, I stopped by the store and bought one of those little tubs of yogurt. Just a small single serving. I came home and I ate it. No problem. Went to bed, woke up. Family, when I say I was in pain, it felt like someone was taking my knees and twisting it. Like they were twisting my leg, wringing it out like a dishcloth. Hurt so bad. I tried to go to work that Friday night, and you know, in a restaurant business, Friday nights are a must. I couldn't stay. I had to leave. I couldn't stand on my legs. I couldn't sit down. I couldn't do anything to alleviate the pain. So for the doctor to tell me there is no cure for inflammations in the joint, I'm telling you right now, they are lying to you. Conventional dairy is the cause of most inflammation in the joints. If you don't believe me, put it to the test just like I did. I went plant-based for about a year. Plant milk, plant cheese, plant everything dairy. The ingredients on those products is a mile long because it's not made with real dairy products. It's dairy-free. It's vegan. And the ingredients they put in there is 1,000,000 words long. And I'm thinking, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. Do I have joint pain and get the real dairy? Or do I get all the fake ingredients to have the flavor of vegan dairy? What are my choices? I heard about a farm close to me that was selling raw cow milk. So I got her information. I was talking to her, And I told her my story about conventional dairy. I knew the questions to ask because I did my homework. She never had her cows tested, whether they're A2, A1, or a combination of the two. And that has something to do with the chromosome of the milk. A2 means both mother and father were A2 cows, so therefore the baby is also an A2 cow. She never had her cows tested to find out if they're A2 or A1. It's very expensive. I understand that. But her cows are Jersey cows. I don't know all the things about cows, but I was doing my research. Jersey cows are known to be an A2 cow. If you have lactose intolerant, if you have inflammation of the joints, most conventional dairy will cause you issues. But A2 milk, chances are, will not cause issues. So when I found out her cows were Jersey cows, and they are known to be an A2 milk supplier, I asked her if I can try a gallon, see if it bothers me. She said, I really can't do it. It's a contract because you go into a herd share. You actually own a portion of that cow because in the state of Virginia, it's illegal to sell raw cow milk, but it's not illegal to get milk from your own cow. So I'm in a herd share. I had to purchase my portion of the herd share and then continue to pay monthly supplement for that herd, which is $50 a month. So I had to buy into it, and if it didn't work, my contract will be null and void at that moment. I will get my initial payment back, and then we'll just move on. I can tell you, family, I have been getting milk from her for 2 years, and I have no issues at all. None. If you don't believe me that conventional dairy causes joint inflammation and you have that problem, put it to the test like I did. And you tell me, is that something you're willing to do? We have to take control of our health, what we put in our body. Stop letting manufacturers and everybody outside telling us what we need and don't need. We can do our own research and find out what's best for us. That is why I get raw cow milk from a local farm that are Jerseys and known to be an A2 milk supplier. That is enough of me rambling. Let's get back to what we're doing. So as you can see, the cream line is right there. This is milk, this is heavy cream. I like separating that and putting it in a pint-sized jar, and I keep it in the freezer. This one I'm going to keep out because I do have plans for this, and I will share that with you really soon. But we can make butter with this. We can make Alfredo, whipped cream, caramel sauce. Family, the possibilities of heavy cream is endless. It is only limited with your imagination. Yes, I pay $12.50 a gallon for this milk, but it keeps me out of the doctor's office. It keeps me from getting cortisone shots. And if you add up the cost to go to a doctor, doesn't matter if you have insurance or not, because you always have a copay anyway. The cost of the prescriptions they subscribe to you, the effects of those prescriptions on your body, on your mental health. If you add that up, I need to go get another jar. If you add up going to the doctor, getting the cortisone shots, having prescriptions filled, $12.50 for a gallon of milk is not so bad. My husband and I both are not big milk drinkers. Actually, we don't drink milk at all. So you're probably asking yourself, what do you do with the milk? My husband does enjoy it with his morning coffee. I use it for making bread. I use it when I make the grandson's cinnamon rolls. Use it when I make macaroni and cheese. And whenever we have an excess amount of milk where we're not using it as fast, I'll turn it into mozzarella. This needs to go back into the refrigerator. I'm going to put this pint-sized heavy cream in the refrigerator. I have plans for this. This partial pint will go into the freezer, and next week when I get milk, I'll just add more heavy cream to it. Heavy cream freezes, thaws, beautiful. This is one of ours that we have in the freezer, and I probably have about 6 or 7 pints of heavy cream in my freezer. So now I need to clean my stove. After dinner tonight, it was dirty. I told the husband the next time we have a really nice day outside, I want him to take all of my grates and use the power wash on them and get them nice and clean. We have all the things stocked up in the kitchen. Now I need to move to Thursday and get Sweet Thursday started. I will show you what we're making very soon. Then I gotta cook dinner. So we cooked dinner, we ate dinner, and I washed all the dishes. So that's one more thing that we've already done today. I still need to take care of Thursday's, Sweet Thursday's dessert. I still have to finish the clothes and sweep this kitchen floor. So I just want to say thank you very much for hanging out with me today while we did the things we need to do. If you don't mind, give this video a thumbs up. While you're at it, go ahead and subscribe. I will love to have you part of the Grammy family. This is how we fill our kitchen staples from things that we get from Azure Standard that we have in the pantry that we buy in bulk. If you're interested in Azure Standard, down below in the description is going to be a link. I am benefit $25 if you order $100 or more within 3 months of signing up using my link. But it doesn't cost you a dime. And then once you become a member, you also get your personal link. And if somebody uses your link, then you're benefit $25 credit on your next order. So if you're not already buying from Azure and you're interested, go check them out. I get all of my herbs, my spices, my staples such as flour, sugar, rice. All of my dry beans come from there. Go check them out and compare the price to the grocery store. Now, the grocery store might not sell a 25-pound bag of rice, but take their rice. If you can find a good quality organic rice, take the size of their rice, which is usually about a pound or two, multiply that, what it would take to get 25 pounds, and then compare that price to Azure's rice price, and then you will see the savings. So until next time, y'all have a blessed day. Bye, family. And we have lunch tomorrow. Alrighty, I'm going to take me a 5-minute break.